Let me go ahead and tell you the reason why people here in America are having a very difficult time embracing the Hebrew truth. Now, there are many sects that are popping up out there, Messianics, Hebrew roots, and all this other stuff. But the people who are popping up calling themselves Messianic and Hebrew roots are actually no bloodline descendant to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Moses, and David, and all the other people in the book. So they don't have a culture. Listen very closely. They do not have a culture conducive to or that aligns itself with the scriptures, because they are a people of another nation who has hijacked the culture of the ancient Israelites. They've taken the Israelites' book, they take the commandments, they've translated, they've done everything they can to try to make that Bible fit a European culture. So when you look at America, all you're doing is looking at a bunch of misfits. They got kicked out of England, out of Britain, and they came over here and started this country, but the culture that they derived themselves, or they came from, was England. All right, and this is facts right here. All right, so this monolygamous society is a Greco-Roman culture, and Christianity is a European Christian culture. So they have European religion, European culture, European heritage, European perspective, a European point of view on everything that they look at, everything that they view, and they do not see things, and they cannot see things from a Hebraic perspective, because it's in their best interest to skew the truth. Because the truth is, the majority of the truth that people claim to be truth is usually skewed in their own self-interest. So people actually, instead of promoting what the Bible says, they promote religion, they promote tradition, they promote the theology and the groundwork, the way that things have been told them. Because it's obvious that when we look at the lifestyle of this culture here in America, it's Western. And I know that many of you don't understand what I'm saying, but the truth is, it is straight up Western. But the Bible is in a book based on the people who have a culture, who have a heritage, and who have a language that comes from the East. For instance, when the Europeans translated the Bible, they gave you Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All right? When they translated the Bible, they called the patriarchs Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These names are European. They you know just as well as I do, you're not going to take a black people from the East and then call them Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Moses. It just don't fit. His name was Abrim, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Moshe, or Musla. You understand that? Matthew was Matitiahu. Mark was Marcus, because of the Greek rendition of translation. Y'all begin to get this? Paul, his name wasn't no Paul. His name was Saul. And Peter, his name wasn't no Peter. His name was Shimon Kepler. You understand that? I know it's hard for a lot of people. So you look at the books of the Bible, it wasn't, see, this is translation. And because you've been reared in this culture, that's the lenses that you see things out of, and you can't see it from the Hebraic perspective. So don't tell me that you understand the scriptures when you're looking at it through the lenses of European culture. It's impossible, and it's amazing. And so they have to translate those scriptures to make it fit their culture, their heritage, their Western perspective. Are you beginning to understand? Are you people beginning to see? I think I'm dealing with all these people out there that are listening to me that are now questioning not the Bible, but they're questioning the religions that they've been brought up in. They found out it ought to be a lie. And I can't blame you for questioning. Should have done it a long time ago. You can exercise autonomy. Sure you can. Should have done it a long, long time ago. You know, Genesis, Bereshit, Exodus, Shemot, Leviticus, Vayikra, Numbers, Bamidbar, Deuteronomy, Devarim. You understand what I mean? So, I mean, that's how the people talk, because they were people from the East. They spoke a Shemitic language and not a Semitic language. And see, everything's been twisted. You know, everything that is up is now down. The things that used to be right is now wrong. The things that used to be evil has now become good, and good has become evil. I mean, everything is just literally turned upside down, and the people's minds today are just spaghetti, literally spaghetti. Now you see the reason why that many people are having a hard time interpreting or comprehending the scriptures. Over in Jeremiah 17:4 it says, and thou shalt discontinue, it says, and you shall discontinue from your heritage. Talking about the Israelites. Didn't say nothing about no Christians discontinuing from no heritage, because there was no such thing as no Christians. Christianity is a creation of Western Rome, who are not even people of the book. Since we had been in all these different slaveries, the Egyptian slavery, the Assyrian slavery, the Babylonian slavery, the Medes and Persian slavery, the Greco-Roman and the Holy Roman European slavery, the Arab slavery, the African slavery, the European slavery, the American captivity and slavery, which is the death blow upon Yah's chosen people. Are y'all beginning to get this? That's the reason why this culture over here, especially the religion that this culture follows, which is Christianity, it all mimics everything pagan in nature, because they're following Constantine, sun god Ra, going all the way back to Mizraim. There ain't nothing new under the sun. It's just that Christianity is just renamed the pagan gods that the Israelites were forbidden to follow. And most Christians are usually pretty dumb when it concerning the Bible. They're usually pretty stupid, docile, stupid people, because they don't know what that book says, but they do know what John Wesley says. They know what John Calvin says. They think they know what Martin Luther says, but they don't know what he says. And so, like early in the video, I said that the Mennonites, they know what Simon Menon say, and the Amish, they know that they follow an Anabaptist doctrine and tradition, and Christianity follows Rome. Period. Why is this so hard to understand? I mean, is it the reason why you can't receive it is because I am the one who's telling you this truth? And so rather than receiving the truth, you have no humility in you at all, that you can't humble yourself and actually go and read the very Bible that you say you trust and believe in? Is that the problem right there? Is because I am the one that's telling you, and your pride means more to you than humility? That could be the problem now. Because when you investigate what Pastor Dow says, you're going to find out that I've told you the truth. The truth that sets you free. Shalom Aleichem, Miss Popak.